Hello everybody, welcome back to Call Your Paul. Right, on this episode it's going to be a bit of ducting in the ground and rest of the plumbing. I've done a bit more, so I'll turn the camera around and I'll show you what we got. Right then, so as you can see it's looking quite a bit different. So if I come over and I start running you through the pipes we've got, I'm going to have to down here, you just help me out again. So first off, we've got a waste here, 1.5 inch waste, which is going to be for the Backy River. That's going to run along the top here next to the drum filter. In front we have a 110mm soil pipe which goes up to the end here. That means if I put a pergola over the pond, I can have a down stem coming down, and I can also put some drain trenches around the pond for any water that's going to come over, bowling fish, treating fish, etc. Right, back to the end here. We've got the two purge valves here for the bottom drain 4-inch pipe and the skimmer 4-inch pipe at the front here, up to the T's, with the two bore valves to isolate the drum filter from the pond. This pipe here, the two risers and the two horizontals going into the drum, they may need to be cut down slightly. I did them a little bit longer. They're not solvent welded, so once the drum is in place we can cut those to length. The same with the outflow drum pipe, which is here. As you can see, that's going down and running alongside to the waste as well. So what we've got over here with the waste is I've got a big 6-inch waste pipe what runs along there. Going to cut a 110mm core through the centre. Pop a U-bend on it, as you can see down there, and then I'll cement up the sides, concrete the basin so it's flat, cement up the sides, which will come roughly to around this level here, the concrete. So all of these pipes will be basically inside the sump area. I've got somewhere a lid as well over there, as you can see. It's 750, I think it was by 600 by 450, sorry, 750 by 450 I think it was, manhole cover, which I'll pop over the top there. Just means I can lift off the lid, pour down buckets of water, or if I use the pond vac or anything, I can pump it straight into there. Right, so carrying on, we've got a 43mm waste pipe. That's just going to come up underneath these bore valves here, because what I need to do is basically concrete a square so these bore valves are not in the concrete. If at any point I need to service the bore valves, I'll need to obviously undo these unions, take the bore valves out, so I don't want them in concrete. So there'll be a lower pad in there and a hole just to drain down any water, because I don't want that basically filling with water. Right, coming down the centre we've got two more drains. We've got a 1.5 inch which is coming up to the skimmer, as you can see there. You can see from my last video I've also changed the rubber boots to unions. I don't really want rubber boots on it just in case they split. I only really want them around the drum. Right, next to that we have a 2-inch pipe, as you can see, which comes up in that corner there. That's going to be for if we get a sander skimmer or anything like that. I would like to run ozone on the pond as well to keep the tannins etc down. Right, as you can see here, what I've done with the sump, I've still got my pump in. I've put big drain risers all the way down. As you can see, the pump's in the bottom there, so I can keep the groundwater drained now that this is all filled, backfilled, and the pond's fiberglassed. Running along the back here, I'm going to put some channel drains. I've got two laid down there at the moment and another two just there. sat there waiting to go in. I need to carry on the sand along there, but I need to shutter this first and do some of that work before obviously carrying that on, otherwise it will all backfill and pour in the hole. Right, so onto the ducts now. As you can see, I've got quite a few, I think over 63mm ducts, roughly, around 60-63mm. They run, I've got two ducts which run from down the side of a shed down there, where my outside tap is. They run down here. One comes up here, as you can see. I've put some Cat6 cables in already. And the other one runs up here, the one on the left, with the 15mm polypipe in. As you can see in my last video, I said I put 20mm HDPE pipe in as well. I've got one piece coming out here. I just need to put that end on, bring it out there and bring it up the wall here. I've got one piece coming out here, which is going to go to a water storage tank to run the cleaning pump for the drum filter. I don't really want to be using the clean side of the drum because chlorinated water will kill the biofilm a lot better on the drum. As you can see, I ran the 20mm HDPE pipe along the fence there and off towards my main pond, because at the moment, as you can see, I just use a hose pipe still across the garden. So that is the next project once we finish this pond. Right, so back to these ducts. So I've got the one coming out here with the Cat6s. I've taken one piece to around my feet here. This is roughly where the concrete will come out to, because the Backy River will be flowing along here, along the side of the drum filter. So I've got one piece coming out there in case I want any outside lights or sockets etc. on there. Not really sure if I'll use that one, but I had a short piece left, so I thought I might as well put it in the ground anyway. Right, so from here I've got one piece coming up where my air pumps are going to be, so that will feed to the air pumps. I've got one piece coming at the back of the skimmer there, so I can feed wires for the auto top-up system down that one. I've also bought one duct up here, so if I put a sander skimmer in this area here, I have power there. I can put a socket just there. I've brought one up down the side here, so I can take power down to the end there. I may be putting a trickle tower or something on the end there. That is somewhere, but I don't really know where that is at the moment. Right. Also, I've got one duct, as you can see just here, coming all the way underneath these drains here and popping out there, and then I've got one duct from there into here. This area here is going to be roughly where I'll put all my electrics, the consumer unit, the drum control, bits like that, any timers I have. I'm going to build a metal frame to put the drum filter on. Underneath that I will have a board with the electrics one side, this side. That side there will have the water storage tank. I've had a look at them. They're around 60 litres or so I think I'm going to get, and they're around 25 centimetres or so wide, so that'll give me enough room to put a board down, some electrics on one side, water tank the other, and then I can have a lot of storage under the river as well. A nice area to put net handles, bits like that. I'm going to have a little concrete area there, which I want to be able to put my toy bowls and vacuum, etc. Because at the moment that just sits outside. It's obviously waterproof, but it's not the best because, as you can see, the sun does attack it a bit and it goes a bit sticky, the switch. Right, so that's pretty much where we're at now. I haven't solvent welded any more pipes. The only ones I've done are the ones which are now underground as I backfilled. I concreted this drain riser in, so there's no movement in that. I've solvent welded some air lines just under here, and that's it. All the bits above ground are still not welded. The only ones that are welded are those there and those 4 joints there. Everything else is still pushed together. So that is my next job in this video, is to start welding a few bits together. I've got to try and do it carefully because obviously all of these angles need to be set in the right place. So for instance, this 90 here, it has to be exactly that direction. Can't come this way, can't go that way, it's got to be that way, because these 2 pipes have to run in parallel. So what I'm thinking is, if I do these 2 ends first, that one into there, that one into there, not those 2 short pieces of pipe there, but if I put that one and that one together, push them together so they're straight, and then kind of turn it up, push it onto a board or something so that all of the lips are flush down. They should be perfectly parallel, which will then enable me to hopefully work my way back. What I'm thinking of doing here is I might use some insulation board or something, cut some holes in that to use as a square round, as I was saying. I need to concrete around it so that I can undo these unions. Right, I'll just give you a quick look at how the pond's looking now. We've just started doing a little bit of cladding as well. We've done a little wall to the side just to retain the rest of that soil there. We've painted it with black bitumen paint to seal the bricks. And as you can see, this is the cladding. So we've got plenty of oak boards there. So we've been planing them down, routing them down, sanding them, getting them ready, cutting them up, and we've just started to hold a couple on. We sealed it with Osmo oil just to see how it'll look, and then as you can see here, we have some granite coating. This is a sample. This is probably what we're going to end up purchasing. So that will look something like that. As you can see, pond's all fiberglass. I've dropped a pipe in, dropped a box of red wall plugs in, and a load of leaves. But obviously it needs cleaning down again anyway before we fill it. We've got the window measured up now. We've used a template, so we're going to get that ordered tonight. There's about a 3-week lead time for the glass. So that's how we're basically doing at the moment. So I'll do a little bit more and I will catch up with you. Right, so that was a little walk around of what I've been doing. If I'm honest, I didn't think it would take that long. I thought it would take me a couple of minutes to show you what I've been doing, but it ended up taking about a quarter of an hour. So what I'm going to do now is I'll probably end this video here. I'll start a new video with me doing a bit of solvent welding, etc. I don't really want to make the videos too long now. I've got 5 videos already which I need to edit. I haven't put anything up the last few weeks, so I'm going to pop this one up. Obviously I showed you the pond is fiberglass now. I've got a few videos. I've got one fiberglass of a pond, one insulating a pond, and one doing the pond returns. I may put them all into one video. If I do, it will be a bit of a hodgepodge video because they were supposed to be on their own, but they're all in little parts and I haven't had time to get them edited yet. So I'll put this one together, put this one out for you, just so you can see what's going on. I don't really want my channel stagnating either. And then if you like what we got on, please give us a like. If you want to see how I've done the fiberglass in, the pond installation, and carry on with the build, I've got a Backy River being made in my shed at the moment, which is going to be another video. I'm halfway through that. So if you want to carry on, please subscribe, and thanks for watching. See you next time.